Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Marathon Mondays with Mal. We are inside Coach 1420. Want to talk about wiring today. We've got a couple of things we're going to show. We're going to go across the way and check in on 1417, so stick with that. Check it out. A lot of people talk about what's going on with the longevity of a coach. People talk about the longevity of our product. This is one of the reasons that our product lasts so long. And that's one of the things that we should have pride in here at Marathon, is that we build them to last. Not just the chassis is designed to last, but when we get the chassis, we do the things that allow the chassis to live for decades. If you come into our service department on any given day, you're gonna see a 30-year-old Marathon. You're gonna see a new one and an old one. And that's because they're getting remodeled or getting repaired or getting reimagined. And the wiring is one of the reasons that they last so long. What's going on with 1420 and all the wire pulling that's going on right now? Take a look at this here up in the cockpit area. Very, very cool. One of the things that always grasps me is that we're building an RV that lasts for decades. And a lot of people look at, RVs that are 20, 30 years old as a dead RV. Not a bus conversion on the Prevost chassis, not a Marathon build. And that is evident in how long it takes for us to do all the wiring. They say, oh, there's 7 miles of wiring. However long there is of wiring, the most important thing is the proper placement and installation of those wires. Because we want to know 30 years from now, where are these wires going to be? Where are they going to be? Well, we know because we follow a certain procedure when it comes to the drawings. Excuse me. And so we know that those wires are going to be there 30 years from now. Look under these bays. Every single bay is being worked on right now because there's so many wires, the rainbow color of wires, and everything gets labeled in multiple locations. And this is one of the reasons that it takes several months to build a Marathon coach. And so when we talk about, when I take tours around our facility, how long, let's walk this way, Shane. How long does it take to build a coach? Well, it takes several months, and one of those aspects is the wiring. And also you see we're right now working on the paint. The paint has cured and now they're doing the first cut and buff on the production floor. The slide out room gets removed, put down here, and as you can see, wiring gets also installed and other electronics for audio, visual, and what have you. I see some TechLink modules behind me, but they get installed right here on the floor. So with about a month and a half, 2 months to go in production, this slide out will get installed in the coach. Speaking of that, 1417 just got its slide out room installed in the coach. So we're gonna go right across the way and check out Coach 1417. Let's go around this way, Shane. So a week ago, the scaffolding was in here and we were able to go in and out from that area here. Well, now the slide out room has been installed and you've got the dinette over here. This is where the sofa is gonna be. Recliner, and of course, because this is an X, you've got the co-pilot seat, which will spin around and be part of the salon. This is a bunk coach too, so let's go take a look. These are going to be very custom bunks, and I know my friends Sky and Finn are really going to love what we're cooking up here. So some of that's a little bit of a surprise, but these bunks are going to be very awesome to show you guys when it gets done. In the back, the rear of 1417, carpeting is in here, all the protective stuff. The drawers are installed back here. Very nice. It's very cool. But a lot of the exposed wiring is still in here, and it's really nice to see how much time and effort we put into building a coach that'll last. And that's kind of what I wanted to concentrate on this morning, is there's so much that goes into building these coaches, and they take 5-6 months, depending on the complexity of the build. But really what you get to see is you get to see a product that's gonna last for a long time. And that's why, and it should. at the price point of a current Marathon, I mean, this product is going to last for decades. It's going to outlive me. So that's pretty awesome to say as I stand here today in 2025. Shower, I think they're starting the shower this week. So look at it now. It's going to be different next week, and that's going to be cool to see. The floor is all the way done and protected. Refrigerator, freezer is in. Okay, look at this. Every little part has to be thought about. This is a drawer front, okay? Look at the contour of this. This was all hand built by one person down here. And then they bring it in here and they fit it to the cabinet, and then they take it off and then they laminate it and then they reinstall it. And if it's not right, if it's whack, we send it back. Can you dig it? I knew that you could. Man, it never gets old. Look at this door. Now here's what's going to happen with this door. This door, this entire panel, this is a piece and this is a piece. So they're going to take this piece off after they make sure that everything is right and everything fits where it's supposed to fit. And they have to think about the upholstery portion of this. So everything has to fit properly. Then they're going to take it off, send it up to upholstery where it will get leather wrapped. Same with down here. And then they fit it back in here. But all of this beveled edge has to be right. Because if it's not, well, like I said, if it's whack, we send it back. But it's just so awesome to see hand-built items by my coworkers. I really dig it. Okay, the new emblem, obviously kept covered. Exciting. The new Marathon emblem there. More wiring still happening on a coach that, you know, has about a month and a half left in production. Generator bay looks good, looks complete. I see the magnums over here. So yeah, it's really awesome to see these things come together. We've been following 1417 through production. One of the things that Shane has been working on, who's behind the camera right now, is following 1422. I won't tell you too much about that because it's really a big series that he's been working on, that our marketing team is really putting a lot of effort in, the life of a coach from day one to day zero. So it's going to be really cool to see 1422, the project that Shane has been spearheading on that. So that's a look into 1420 and all the wire pulls that's going on over in that and the progress that we're showing over there and kind of the effort and time it takes to do that. And then also kind of where we're at, State of the Union on 1417. So really neat to see. Anyway, be yourself and do good things. Have a good week. It's a cold but beautiful Monday here at the mothership. I hope you're having a good day. See ya.